Hi everyone, welcome to Walks with Moss. This morning we are going on a long hike, at least that's the plan. Should be close to 10 miles round trip to check out a lake that we went to recently. Hoping the lake level's a little lower. Maybe there'll be some brook trout in the lake. Watching for cars. And maybe there won't be. But either way, we'll get in a good long hike, which is what I need for my mileage goal. So here we go. Here's a beautiful big patch of foxglove, mostly purple ones. If you want these to grow in your yard, you can transplant them very easily. Got more beautiful foxgloves up here. Digitalis, the heart medicine. Here's some blackberries in bloom. I am on the hunt for a new blackberry patch this year. It's really quiet and pleasant out here. The airplanes are gone, and unlike the last time I was here, there's no logging noises. I think my goal of 8 miles a week is obtainable. It's definitely challenging me a bit, but I am getting it done. Look at all the fresh green growth on that hemlock tree. I think it's kind of pretty. And that tree is growing a lot this year. Oh, this is so lovely and quiet though. This is wonderful. The road is just lined with all of this beautiful foxglove here. It's just gorgeous. But wow, that's a lot of really nice, healthy looking foxglove. Look at the size of this thistle. It's taller than I am. I can't even reach to the top of it. Wow. What a massive thistle. The ground here just must be really fertile. The foxgloves are huge. The thistles are huge. 700 feet of elevation to gain here. It's going to be a little bit of a slog. Here we go. Time to just put my head down and slog. I don't know if it'll show up on the GoPro, but there's a clear cut up on the hill there. You can see the green trees and then the clear cut. The top of that clear cut is our goal. Here we've got some big fat oso berries. Here's some thimbleberry bushes. Come up here in a few weeks to a month and get some delicious thimbleberries. This is probably my favorite wild berry. It is just so delicious and not terribly common. You never get very many at one time. Over here we have curly dock. I think this stuff is edible. I'm not sure. Here we have a massive showing of stinky bob or herb Robert. And man, there is so much of it, I can smell it just walking down the road. Good old stinky bob. Wow. That's a massive patch of stinky bob. I love saying stinky bob. There was a bob in my life once. He wasn't stinky, but it's still fun to say stinky bob. We've made it up to an area that's not quite so nice. It's been decimated, every tree cut. You can see the stumps of the second growth, and intermixed you can see an occasional old growth stump too. And they haven't planted the future stumps yet, or have they? Oh yeah, they have. Yeah. So there's our future third growth stumps up there. We have reached the 4-mile mark, and we are getting so close now. We made it to the turnoff. Now we need to find the trail down to the lake. I see the lake down there, and I can see lots of high shoreline showing the lake's dropped a lot. If we keep going that way, we'll be climbing above the lake, so it'd be even more work to get down to the lake. So I suspect the trail is going to be back that way. I'm tempted to just cut through the woods here and see if we can find something trail-like. But I really don't feel like climbing over all this stuff. But yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Go around here and see if we can intersect with an old trail. This is pretty easy going through here anyway. So I think I'll just stick with staying up here for a bit. My theory is the trail is going to be straight this way if we're not on the trail. The lake is directly below us there, but that looks like a steep route to get down to it from there. So I think we're going to stay up here in the woods and then go down there. Take a look at this beautiful old Douglas fir. Look at that. That's massive. I do see some stumps near the lake, so they did log down pretty close to the lake, but they obviously left some too. This isn't a terribly pleasant path, but it's not too bad either. I think this is it. I think this is our way down. See a boat on the far shore and the trail. So we'll take the trail out of here. Yay! I bet that boat's been here a long time. Okay. There's the lake anyway. There's the boat. So, yeah, so I guess the way out of there is over there. But it's going to be some really steep side hilling from here just to get to there. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Make me a path. Oh, thank you, buddy. Thank you. Oh my gosh. That was so helpful. I can see that there's not a cliff here. Thank you, sweetheart. You really helped me. It feels so wonderful to sit here. If I'd gone straight to that boat, I wouldn't really necessarily have a good place to sit or relax. So I think I'm glad I came this way. Yeah, man, it just feels good to get the weight off my legs. A big fish just jumped over there, so we definitely have fish in this lake. I unfortunately do not have a swivel. Hopefully I can get away with fishing with a spinner with no swivel. I'm not sure how that's going to go. Let's try casting out here. I really don't want to snag because I don't have a leader. Well, I brought leader material, but I think it's actually stronger than the line on my reel, so there's no point in using it. I'm going to cast in the vicinity of that fish. See what happens. No bites in spite of seeing that big fish jump. This water is really clear, and these are kind of half wild fish. They can probably see me. They can probably see Bella too. Well, it's a good thing this is a hiking video and not a fishing video. I don't think we're gonna catch any fish. I got something in here you might want? Bella's hungry. She's been dieting. I think she's more than ready for her dog food. Putting it over here a ways from where I'm sitting so I don't have to hear all her chewing noises. Okay, time to harvest some spearmint here. I guess because we're so high in the mountains, the stuff hasn't grown much, because man, down lower we found spearmint that was almost full grown. I guess we're just a little too high up. But that's okay, there's still plenty to put in my coffee. It's minty coffee time! Yay! I packed myself an enormous lunch. I'm afraid I might not be able to eat all of it, but I'm sure Bella can help me. I got dehydrated purple potatoes, dehydrated winter mushrooms, winter oyster mushrooms, which are okay in soup, and a whole bunch of dehydrated trout, and some other just odds and ends from my pantry, and lots of salt and some jalapeno. It should be pretty tasty. This is such a gorgeous spot. I'm tempted to come camping here, but I bet I'd get pretty freaked out. Unless I came here on a full moon. Yeah, maybe the next full moon I'll come down here. I'll have to bring a really good sleeping pad. And I can just sleep out here in the open. I don't really need my tent. And yeah, spend the night here. If it's a full moon and I have my dog and my bear spray, it might not be too creepy. Cheers, everyone. Lunch is boiling away. Just gotta wait a while for it to rehydrate. I've got a lot of dried onions in there. That's going to make it extra nice. I'm enjoying my lunch, and I cast out a few more times with this rooster tail that my dad calls a Bill Herzog special, or a Herzog special. It's not spinning though, so I'm gonna take this one off. But I've already tried, you know, 2 different rooster tails, and they're just not going for the rooster tails. Maybe it's the wrong time of day. I've tried both of these and that one. All I have left is this one, but this one is so light I wouldn't be able to cast it at all. I didn't bring bait because I didn't want to take any fish home today. But maybe I'll come back here someday with bait, maybe even a worm, and see if I can catch a fish to take home. What do you think of that, Bella? I think that would be fun. I'm glad I started hiking here. I mean, this has been locked up behind gates for years now, but I never really thought to try to go here before because it just seemed too far away. But I found a back way in that makes it only 4 to 4.5 miles, and that's just the really perfect hike length for me. So yeah, I think I might start coming here again a lot. It looks like I'm done fishing. I tried to do a sideways cast to try to really get my rooster tail out there, and my rod broke right in the spot where it broke before. I don't know if the drill bit that was inside of there broke too. Guess I'll find out when I get home. No worries, I'll repair it again. But yeah, I think the actual drill bit broke. Wow. Maybe I need better quality drill bits. I fixed it by shoving a drill bit in there and then sticking gluing the drill bit in, gluing the two ends together. Not gluing them, but gluing the drill bit in there and then wrapping it with braid and then epoxying it. But yeah, wow. I never would have expected the drill bit to break. Wow. Okay. Done fishing, but that's okay. I've seen a few more jump. Not getting any bites here. Probably need to come back with a worm. Bella's having a little nap, or she was until I started talking. Hi, buddy. There's some little tadpoles in the lake. They're not bullfrogs, I don't think, which is nice. Just real little tadpoles. There's a bird chirping. It's peaceful and quiet here, but I'm anxious. I think because the wind is blowing and the sky is getting dark, kind of like it's almost sunset, so it's making me nervous, even though it's actually only like 12:30 in the afternoon. We've had a really nice break here, and other than the helicopter I can hear right now, we didn't hear a single airplane the whole time we were here, which is great. If I go a long time without hearing an airplane, it really just helps me feel better. Here's a big old growth snag laying in the lake. A bunch of shotgun shells down there. I don't know if there's ducks here ever or not, but there's definitely been lots of shooting here. I don't think this boat has been here for too long. It's got a little net in it that looks pretty fresh. Yeah, I guess this is part of it. It says it's a Portabote. Never heard of those. So, super lightweight rowboat. Wow, that's cool. I'll turn it back over the way I found it in a minute here. Portabote. That's pretty neat. Oh, it's even got a registration number. Expires June 95. Well, could be this boat's been here for a while, but it could also just be if people are taking it to lakes like this, there's no point in renewing the registration. I'll show you how light it is. I'm just one-handed. With one hand, I can roll it back over the way it goes. Let's see, I'm trying to be gentle with it. But yeah, just one-handed. Roll it back over. That's a cool little boat. Check out all the tadpoles down here. I'll put the camera under and I think they'll all come swimming up. There's a pretty good trail leading out of here. If I'd just carried on down the road a bit before I went into the woods, pretty sure I would have been able to find it. So I guess the inlet's over there, but it's not running. And there does not appear to be an outlet. I suspect people used to be able to drive most of the way. Oh, a snake. I suspect people used to be able to drive most of the way down here. That was just a little harmless garter snake, but we human beings have an instinctual fear of snakes. Can't decide if I should go look at the other lake or not. This is going to be a long enough hike as is. I think we may end up walking most of the way to the other lake, just taking this route out of here, because this route is not going directly out. It's headed to the other lake. Yeah, we may as well go look at the other lake. Someone has driven here very recently. Wow, I think we sat right here under this alder tree. I think this is where the water was before. Look at it now. Bella's in. All of this was well underwater when we were here before. Oh, beavers. Whoa. There's a frog. Not a toad, but a frog. Ooh, it's kind of funny looking. It had like weird marks on it. Huh. There went a frog. Probably responsible for all those tadpoles. As I was saying before I was distracted by the frog, a beaver has been here, chewed down this willow tree. All right, we've seen both lakes. Time for the long-ass trip out of here. It's going to be a workout today, that's for sure. GPS says we have gone 4.85 miles. Okay. So it's going to be 10 miles today. Yay! That means I am putting 2 miles in the bank towards my 8 miles per week goal. Here's another snake. And here's some salmon berries that have mostly been eaten. None of the ripe ones are left. They've all been eaten. Yeah, I think I sat right here. Right next to this alder tree. Wow. What a difference this makes. I remember commenting on this tree being an alder and being big. So no wonder the lake seemed deep when I cast out into it. Wow. No wonder I didn't catch a fish either with that much water in the lake. I sure wish I could find just one ripe salmon berry. No, all the ripe ones are gone. We've got some cow parsnip in full bloom. Giant stuff. It's not a parsnip, but it's in the same family, Umbelliferae. Oh, I think they changed the Umbelliferae family to something else recently too. I'm careful on parsnips, so I got a bad rash once from my own garden parsnips. I was weeding them while running the hose to help me pull the weeds, and the combination of the parsnip oil and the water caused a photosynthetic reaction on my skin, and it hurt. And I had to stay out of the sun because it was actually making my skin photosynthesize. I am so glad that the way out of here is going to be mostly downhill. It's break time. About 2.7 miles from the car still. Gave up trying to find a perfectly comfortable place to sit, just kind of sitting on this gravel here. There aren't really any logs or anything nice to sit on anywhere around here. Bella's getting whiny and demanding. I guess she's hungry, I don't know. I know, I'm glad to be off my feet for a little bit though. I guess I could throw some of these little salal leaves in here. Make my coffee a little nicer. Nice young salal leaves. I'm not sure why these are wilting though. And there's some self-heal right there. I don't know how it's used. I'm assuming in a tea. Doesn't have much scent to it. Well, I'm not just going to randomly throw it in my tea because I haven't studied it yet. I need to learn more about it first. There's a bunch of Oxalis in the woods here, which tells me it's pretty moist. This stuff is tasty. It's very lemony. You don't want to eat too much of it at once because it contains oxalic acid, which isn't really good for us. But it's okay to have, you know, just a little nibble here and there. I'm so hungry. Yeah. Ooh. Woo. Got a little lightheaded sitting back up. Ah, yes. Very, very tangy. This might be a good place to find chanterelles. I don't know. Oxalis isn't really all that common in my area. That's something I associate more with the redwoods. Well, I'm so hungry. I'm gonna eat just a couple more though, and then I'm gonna stop. There's too much oxalic acid. It's not good for you. Isn't this pretty though? You're so silly, Bella. You're never gonna catch a robin. And you're already tired? What are you doing chasing robins for? All right, here we go. This bit right here is going to be the hardest part of the entire day for me. Going up this hill after I've already gone 8.5 miles. I sure wish these little trailing blackberries were ripe enough to eat. Just look at this hideous hill. It's horrible. It's horrible. But the end is in sight. Definitely just kind of walking in slow motion here. I need to quit looking at the end. I need to put my head down and just look at my feet. I don't need to look at my feet though. There's lots of cool flowers. Look at those daisies. And there's a yellow flower there. And foxglove, some dandelions. Bye bye, Bella. She saw a squirrel that let out a squeak, and Bella went running after it. We did it. That was the crux right there. Look how pretty this hemlock is with its bright green new growth. We did it, Bella. That was the crux. We did it. Now it's all downhill or flat from here. Yay! Woo! Oh no. No. That was a false summit. We've got another hill to climb. Oh. We can do it though. We can do it. Okay. Now we've done it. That was definitely it. Almost 9 miles into our hike now. Woo! Bella, come show the world what you did. Just feet from the car, you found a mucky swamp. And now you're about to get in the car. Swamp dog in the car. Wonder bar. I see the car. Yay! We have gone 9.3 miles according to my GPS. And my GPS is, I think, pretty accurate. So we got 1 1/3 miles in the bank. Thanks for watching. Please keep commenting. It's the comments that really keep me going. Oh man, I'm tired. I can't even think about editing this video right now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.